Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my video. My name is Titin Aprilianti and my student ID number is 20291003. Now I am in a 6th semester, exactly in A class. My major is English Language Education at Mandalika University of Education. And now I am in 6th semester, which means now I do my PLP activity, and I'm doing my PLP activity at SMKN 2 Mataram. So here my explanation. Well, this video I'll make this video to fulfill my assignment by Mr. Hairazi, who taught me teaching English for foreign learners. So here I would like to explain to all of you about the principle of assessment. Well, but before I jump into the material, let me tell you about language. Assessment language is a communication tool used to express ourselves in everyday life. There are many points that support the importance of learning foreign languages, especially English language. So, in this current situation, we all of us know that English has become international language, which means that if we want to buy another country, we cannot do the communication with other people just by with English language. I mean, like all around the world know that English language is the easy way to understanding, the easy way to learning about rather than another language. So this English language has become international language, is something like that. And now, especially in learning a language, there are many indicators that must be achieved to determine success in understanding and mastering the language. As a teacher, of course, you must know the principle of assessment in language. So that's the main purpose of this video, where I want to explain to all of you about the principle of assessment in language. Well, let me tell you about assessment. So assessment is one component of teaching and activities. So it component of, like, your teacher will give you this assessment to determine you already success, you already master that material. So that teacher should having this assessment. By doing assessment, teachers can hopefully gain information about every aspect of their students, especially their achievement. So I already told you about how teachers should know your abilities, your achievement by doing this assessment. Well, assessment is an aspect that plays crucial role in assessment is task. So the expression of this assessment is by doing the task, something like that. And assessment, a good task is constructed by considering the principle of language assessment. So that's the assessment. Well, what are the principles of language assessment? By considering the principle of language assessment by Brown at 2004 states that the 5 principles of practicality, reliability, validity, authenticity, and washback provide useful guidelines for evaluating exceeding assessment procedures and designing them themselves by teachers. Well, now we're having practicality. So this kind of principle is an effective task is practical. This means that it's not excessively expensive, stays within appropriate time constraints, is relatively easy to administer, and has a scoring or evaluation procedures that is specific and time efficient. So if you want to use practicality, this kind of principle has not expensive and practice to use it. And next we're having reliability. So reliability, a reliable task is consistent and dependable. It means that if the task is administered to the same students on different occasions, then it produces the same result. Consider following possibilities adapted from Mosafi at 2002. Fluctuation in the students in scoring and task administration and in the task itself. Well, this reliability falls into four kinds, according by Brown at 2004. The first one is student-related reliability, weather reliability, task administration reliability, and task reliability. Well, next we're having validity. Validity of a task is the extent to which it exactly measures that what it is supposed to measure. A test must aim to provide a true measure of the particular skill which it is intended to measure, not to extent that it measures external knowledge and other skills at the same time. 5 ways to establish validity. The first one is content-related, evidence creation, criterion, construct, consequentially validity, and phase validity. Well, next there is authenticity. A fourth major principle of language testing is authenticity, a concept that is a little slippery of divine, especially within the art and science of evaluating and designing tasks. Weissman and Palmer at 1996 define authenticity as the degree of correspondence of the characteristic of a given language task to the features of a target language task, and thus suggests an agenda of identifying those target language tasks and for transforming them into valid task items. Well, next we're having washback. Washback, a facet of consequential validity discussed above, is the effect of testing on teaching and learning. Well, if you want to apply principles of the evaluation of classroom tasks, the 5 principles go a long way toward providing useful guidelines for both evaluating on existing assessment procedure and designing one on your own. Quizzes, tasks, final exam, and standardized proficiency tasks can all be scrutinized through these 5 lenses. The first one are the test procedure practical. The second is the task reliable. The third, does the procedure demonstrate content validity? The fourth, is the procedure feasible valid and bias for best? The fifth is, are the test tasks as authentic as possible? And the sixth is, does the test other beneficial was back to the learner? So that's if you want to apply this principle of assessment of language. Well, that's all I can explain to all of you. I already told you. I hope all of you can easily to understand what I already told you. Well, thanks for your attention and thanks for your watching until the end of the video. That's all from me. Thanks for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next video.